Hey guys, Shelby Paget back here in action. Actually, I haven't been on YouTube for quite a while, so I figured I'd put up a video today. Most of you guys follow for one of the various things that I enjoy doing, whether that be mountain biking, dirt bike riding, car building, or real estate and investing. So among all those things, today we are heading out to the real estate aspect of my life. So I'm heading out. We just put up a listing this morning. Got up early this morning and launched the listing live for a client of mine who has a beautiful property in what's called Emmett, Idaho, which is kind of a small agricultural town about 25-30 minutes from Meridian, Boise area. And Emmett's it's one of my favorite areas. It's still got that small town vibe, a lot of farmland, ranches, mixed with some new development going into place, and a lot of the legacy diners and shops and brick and mortar stuff still in the little downtown area, plus access to BLM, or the public lands, and a spot that you guys probably have seen on my channel called Little Gem, or Little Gem Cycle Park, which is one of my favorite places to ride when the rain's coming down. So yeah, we're heading out here. It's like about a 3,300 square foot home on almost 6.5 acres. So 6.34 acres at about $969,000. So 5 bedrooms with a bonus area, a 3-car garage, 3 full baths, built in 2020. So beautiful property. And yeah, we're heading out. So check it out. I'll show you a little bit of the drive, and we'll go ahead and put this lockbox on the porch and drop this thing off. So obviously we're in the heat of summer here in late August, but we're heading out of basically the northern side of Eagle in Ada County, with Star on our left. Got Firebird Raceway on the left-hand side here, which is a drag strip. It's pretty dope. Can't really see it too much on the road here, but they do like Friday night drags, Tuesday races, that kind of stuff. And so that's pretty cool. It's super close to my house, like 10 minutes away. So if I ever get into drag racing, you can see they have all the semi trucks ready to go too. So they probably have an event going on this weekend. But yeah, if I ever get into drag racing, I got a place I can go to. I wish we'd had a road course nearby. Yeah, there were talks of Gem State Raceway that was going to be built out in this area of town a few years back, but funding ended up having some issues or conflict of agreement, so they never ended up breaking ground, which was such a bummer, because they were planning on building about a 1.8 mile road course for cars and karts and supermoto and stuff, which would have been just absolutely amazing, and I wouldn't have to drive more than 20 minutes to go race my car, which would be sick. But for now, we've got a track in Washington and Utah, both about 5.5 hours away. That will be my first adventure when I jump all in and try out full-on track driving. So for now, Canyon Ripper for me. But yeah, the Idaho Valley's been cranking for real estate for honestly about 2012 to maybe the last 6 months ago, when we probably hit about loosely defined as our peak in price point. We've seen some softening in prices over the last 3 months or so, which is honestly, we're in need of it. We've just exploded with growth, when we're seeing between sometimes even upwards of like 30 to 40% in equity gains in certain areas of town, which is just ridiculous year over year. So we need to suppress that. We need to get back to a little bit of normalcy, quote unquote, whatever that may be in this new type of economic environment, and see where house prices will end up. So we're seeing a lot of price declines. Boise, if you've been reading the news, has shown about just over 70% of homes on market in the last 30 days have had price reductions. So just a good indicator that the market has lag indicators, meaning the comps that we're using or agents are using from 60 days ago or 30, 60, 90 days ago, they're not relevant to what today's paying buyer is going to be paying for the property, because we've been moving so rapidly in decline in value. So we need to get some stability. That usually takes about 90 to 120 days realistically, and for a full realization of new market price points, that can take anywhere upwards to about a year or so, historically speaking. So we'll see where we land. Bringing affordability back to the valley is helpful, little by little. Rates are still volatile, so there's ways to get creative with that, with loan programs. There's interest-only payments, which depending on the terms of that agreement, you can do that very intelligently, or you can do that very foolishly. Then there's ARM loans, where you've got a fixed rate for 5 years or 7 years or 10 years, and then a second fixed rate for another duration of time. That gives you time and flexibility to save money today on your payment while preparing for what to do for a fixed mortgage, ideally throughout that duration. And then of course you got fixed 30s with incentives for buy down. Right now often paid for by the seller, so you can get like a $10,000 or $20,000 seller credit to help with rate buy down. If you're buying home as a primary, you can do that up to about 3% of total purchase price can be in concession credits from the seller. If you're buying an investment property, it's only 2% typically. So of course there's variances with that. I'm not a lender, but talk to your lender about that. And so yeah, Idaho is going through transition right now, along with many areas of the country. And it's going to be an interesting ride to see how this affects the overall market. Investors start coming out to play here, I'm guessing late this year, early next year. And we'll see how that impacts the overall valley and stability. So yeah, this is basically Highway 16 going out of Ada County, dropping into what's called Gem County in Emmett Valley here. So you can see surrounded by quite a few foothills, some mountain views, and you've got a full agricultural valley over here, which is just gorgeous. Rich soil, good access to water for the most part. And yeah, you just kind of drop into this little farm town, which is kind of cool. So Little Gem, the place that I ride dirt bikes, is literally to our right here behind this field. So I don't know if you guys can see, but that's the entrance road to Little Gem Cycle Park, which is one of my fave places when it's wet. Other than that, I think Emmett's one of the most underrated areas in the Treasure Valley. With Emmett being so close to the Treasure Valley, you know, Boise, Meridian, Eagle area, it's definitely overlooked oftentimes, because people that are moving here are people that are used to driving, you know, 20, 30, 40 minutes, sometimes an hour or two to work and commuting. This would be a much shorter commute if they have to commute into town, and you get a lot more for the money out in Emmett. So if you're comfortable with a 30-minute jaunt over to town, or I guess into the city, because you've got a town here too. You know, you got your schools, you got your shopping, you got your old diners, like I mentioned, all the little stops that an old farm town would have. But you're not far from Boise if you have to go into town either. So 30 minutes, you get a big plot of land out here, and you know, maybe a big spread, or away from the monotony of traffic and all the people that have moved into the main Ada and Canyon County areas. So something to keep in mind if you're looking for something like that, that's just on the outskirts of Ada and Canyon County. Not a bad idea. Yeah, for the most part, you'll see we just got a lot of spread out, pretty wide open farmland, old properties with quite a bit of acreage to them. Pretty cool. And there's a good amount of water throughout the valley as well, which is nice. So you got some foothills on pretty much every side of the valley as well. Mostly the southern and northern are most pronounced, with access on the eastern and western side in and out of Emmett as well. So give you a little idea of what most of the scenery out here looks like. And the property I'm going up to is going to be tucked up against that back foothill there, so we'll go check it out. All right, pulling in to Echo Lane here, where the community is. So most of these are going to be larger acreage, so you know, 2 to 10 acre parcels in here. That's a very small, intimate community, and you got one road in basically, so it's not like this huge production, just a small, large parcel, custom home community tucked up in the foothills here, adjacent to some farmland. And yeah, the property we're gonna be getting sold here is at the end of the street, so there's no passerby traffic, and they've probably got the most elevated, best lot in regards to views and such. Pretty cool properties here. Just nestled into this little bluff up here on this plateau. See the entire valley. It's beautiful. And here's the one that we're looking into here. So this is 4407 Echo Lane, and just dropping off the key. There's that beautiful for sale sign, and then we'll be out of these folks' hair. Look at that view. It's just amazing. All right, there it is. If you guys want her, hit me up. We are heading back, got the key dropped off. Now we're gonna be launching all the marketing associated ads and campaigns for the property listing. Basically, once we get the MLS ID officially listed, we can start those campaigns. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go back and do this morning and get this thing, hopefully some action here this weekend. Well, thanks for watching. Little update video. Been getting back into the swing of work and changed brokerages back to Boise Premier, which I was with for 4 years prior to Keller Williams. So if you guys have any questions about Idaho, real estate, riding, cars, mountain biking, whatever it is, hit me up. And my wife and I, we do invest in real estate ourselves in and out of state. With we've done some flips, we've done some long terms, and we've got next on the list or the agenda is us digging into some short-term stuff so that we can fill a void for us and our family and break even on an asset that's going to eventually build us some longer term wealth. So let me know if you guys have questions about any of those types of things. And even though markets move up and down, there's always strategies that help you be in the best position and make good decisions. So it's never a bad market, just bad deals in any market. So give me a call, shoot me a text, leave me a comment, let me know what you guys think, and love to help you out.